Okay, welcome to Lesson 8, Dictionaries. Dictionaries are another type of data structure like a list, where we are storing information and we're hopefully retrieving it at some point. So if you're used to programming another language, you might hear these called associative arrays or hash maps. But in Python, they are called dictionaries. So let's take a look. So I'm going to make a dictionary called capitals. Now notice, to make a dictionary, I am using braces. Okay, so for strings I have quotation marks, for lists I have brackets, but for dictionaries I've got braces. Okay, so information in a dictionary is stored in something called a key value pair. So I live in Asia, so I'm going to say the capital of Japan is Tokyo. So that's my first set of data. So notice it's key colon value. Now, it didn't have to be two strings. This could have been like a person's name and they're scoring a test or something like that. There's a lot of possibilities. Python's really amazing, but let's just keep it simple and stick with strings for now. Korea, South Korea, by the way. The capital is Seoul, and so we've created a dictionary called capitals, and I'm going to print the dictionary and see what happens. And actually, it's interesting. I'm going to leave that there because I know I made a mistake. You see, we've got error. It tells you what line. We get a lot of these with beginning programmers. So name error, capitals is not defined. Many times I just look at my student's code. I say check your spelling. It tells you what the problem is. So just pay attention. Oops, I still spelled it wrong. No, I didn't. Okay, so let's run that. And you'll see the same thing: Japan, Tokyo, Korea, Seoul. Now let me just try a little experiment here, see what happens if I switch these around. It's a very important point, but it doesn't always show up on small dictionaries. So, comma. Okay, so let me run that. Okay, it's still coming there. Okay, well, I'll get back to that one in a minute. So let's see here. I can print the capitals. I can print, again, the length of capitals. Okay, so this will help tell me how many key value pairs we have. So we've got two. We've got Korea and Japan. If I want to add a single, well, actually, let's see. If I want to get the value out of it, so let's say I want to know what the capital of Tokyo is. So I say capital equals capitals, the name of the list, and the key, which is Japan. Okay, so I want to know the second part here, the value. Okay, so it's what I want to know equals name of the dictionary, and then the key, which in this case is Japan. And then I say print capital and run it. Okay, so it told me Tokyo. So Tokyo is the capital of Japan. Now, if I want to add something to the capitals, I could add capitals. This is interesting because it's not a curly brace anymore. It is a bracket. So the capitals, I'm going to add China equals, and the value is, of course, Beijing. So I'm going to go ahead and print capitals and run it. Okay, so you can see I've got my list. Now, the only thing I want to say here is they are coming up in the same order right now that I added them, but that is not necessarily the case. It just happens to be for this list. Python puts items into a dictionary using some method that only the Python developers know. So you cannot count on these being in the same order. Lists are ordered, but dictionaries are not. Okay. Let me add a couple more and see if we can get it to show us what we want here. So capitals. Let's see here. What else we got here? Let's see. Australia. Equals, I'm pretty sure it's Canberra. If it's not, my apologies to everybody in Australia. Okay, now this is just adding them at the end. Maybe it's because we're not quite in a normal Python environment. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, take my word for it. Dictionaries are unordered. Now here's where it gets very interesting. I can also, just like I did with the lists and like I did with the strings, I can use a loop to iterate through each item. So for country in capitals. Okay? So notice, capitals is my dictionary. The country is the key. China, Australia. So for each country, Korea, Japan, China, Australia, in capitals, for each of those countries, I want you to do the following. Print the capital of blah blah is blah blah. I'm going to use the format method, which we've done many times. So the capital of country is the capital. Okay, now the capital equals capitals country. This is where it gets a little bit complex. Okay, but this is the exact same structure that I did here. So the capital equals the dictionary name of whatever country I want. So I just put that into the same thing here, but using the different variable names. So what I should get is a list. So I run that. So the capital of Korea is Seoul, the capital of Japan is Tokyo, the capital of China is Beijing, and the capital of Australia is Canberra. Okay. So again, quick introduction to lists. Again, to dictionaries. There are many things, more things we can and will learn about these, but that should again help you get started with at least the basics. Okay, that is it.